Hi everybody, I'm Jim Skelly and this is the Global Conversation. It's the fourth of our mini lectures for this semester, and I'm anxious to tell you a couple of things. We won't be too long today. I've got so much to do, I don't know how I'm going to do it all. Let me tell you, one of the things that concerns me and should concern you is the climate deniers network. These are people who are denying that climate change is occurring. And there has been a quite extraordinary expose recently, a few days ago actually, it came forward by the Guardian newspaper about the secret funding network that has poured millions and millions of dollars into denying that climate change is occurring. And guess what? Where do you think the money comes from? Well, broadly speaking, from fossil fuel sources. In other words, people with investments or interests in oil companies, coal production, etc. I'm going to send you a couple of articles on it so you can read more deeply into it. But when you hear, in the face of enormous scientific evidence, people saying, oh, it's not really happening, right? It's not happening. And, you know, this is human-induced. It's our activity. It's all the car engines, the airplanes, it's all that stuff. It's the coal-fired electricity plants in China. It's all of that that is contributing to climate change or climate disruption, as John Holdren, President's science advisor, says. So please take a look at these and start considering what's really going on. Is it really not happening? Make your own decision, but read and get to know what's going on. A couple of other things to tell you about. Again, climate change is having a lot of knock-on effects. One of them is that in the Philippines, they're starting to have what are called super typhoons, right? And I'm going to send you again an article about that. There was a storm in early December in the Philippines that washed away tens of thousands of coconut trees, and the banana crop was destroyed. So, we have to look. I keep saying this, and sometimes I just think I'm hearing my own voice, but we're in a situation where we have to connect the dots, right? So the Philippines is not a rich country, but they're going to face greater and greater problems because of the effects of climate change on the temperature of the Earth's oceans and the consequent storms, superstorms, that we're going to have more and more of. So start reading about that as well. I'll send you some links in the email that I'll send after I post this. Another more positive thing is that there has been a big protest in Washington, D.C. today about the Keystone XL project, which is the pipeline bringing oil to Texas from Alberta in Canada. A lot of people are trying to hold the President of the United States, Barack Obama, responsible for the statements he made at his State of the Union address a couple of weeks ago, in which he said climate change was one of the biggest issues, right? So this is one of those projects that should be stopped if people are really serious about halting climate change, okay? So pay attention, see what comes out of this. There may be more and more activity of this sort, but you'll see a lot on the website of the organization known as 350.org, 350.org. And 350.org is the brainchild of one of the leading activists. We have some material about him on the website further into the course. That's Bill McKibben. You should read anything you see by Bill McKibben, a great guy. Okay. Couple of other things. In China, I've said before in the mini lectures that more and more um, more and more pollution is evident in China. And people are now beginning to say, is this the cost of economic growth, right? Is people's health is more and more people are recognizing that there are health consequences to unfettered economic growth in which you're able to produce goods at very inexpensive prices because you don't take account of the costs of controlling air pollution. And what happens? You externalize the cost to people's lungs, to their hearts, to their pulmonary system. That's what happens. So remember that phrase, externalizing the costs. Okay. Those are a few things. I'll send you the links. I do want to, before I close for the day, I do want to welcome our new students from the Universidad Veracruzana in Mexico. I want to welcome Juan Salvador, Nohemi, Christian, Elizabeth, Maria Luisa, Luisa Valeria, y Sergio Enrique. Welcome to all of you. I hope you'll join us on a regular basis. And I hope everybody else will drop them a note, say hello. You can email people through the website. You can get their email addresses and invite them to join course discussions, etc. I hope you'll all do that, and I hope all of our friends in the course in Mexico will join us and become active straight away. Don't forget to start looking at your study circle possibilities. The study circles, the list of study circles has been updated. There are now 8 of them. So you should do your choosing. Go to the study circle guidelines on the left-hand side of the course homepage and send Sadie and Ray a note as to which ones you would like most to participate in. The instructions are all there. Okay, I'll look for you next week. All the best.